This is Robert Kraft, and I'm your host on SNN.Network, and we're a proud media sponsor for the upcoming Precious Metals Summit Beaver Creek, which is being held virtually this year. Joining me right now is Nana Sangmuah. He is the president and CEO of Roscan Gold. It's a publicly traded company. I got two symbols for you, ROS on the TSX Venture and RCGCF in the US. Nana, thank you for joining me today. How you doing?
Not bad, thanks. Yourself?
I got no complaints. I mean, look where I am. I mean, how could I complain, right? I mean, it's all good.
That's right.
So Nana, let's start with a very quick overview and history of the company, and then we'll go from there.
Great. So Roscan is an exploration company with assets in southwest Mali, right in the heart of other prolific producing mines. And we have put together about close to 300 square kilometer tenement package with a lot of prospective targets on. We've made one discovery so far, and we are aggressively testing some of the other priority targets, moving them into the discovery fold. So aggressively working with 4 rigs on the ground right now, and that points to a lot of news flow over the coming weeks. And we're excited about the potential on all these targets, excited about the team, excited about the country that we operate in, and we think we should be able to show full value of that tenement package over the next coming quarters.
And so, Nana, what would you say makes the company and the projects and land package that you're working on unique and different compared to some of your peers that may be exploring in the country as well?
Well, I think essentially what we have is basically our location is right in the heart of a multi-million ounce camp. And there's always the old adage that you find gold in the shadows of mine head frames. So we know we are in the right address. That camp has already delineated and produced about 50 million ounces. And the targets that we have delineated look quite similar to some of the producing assets close to us. So we're doing the work. We've got the team that has quite a number of years of experience in that district. So it's all about pattern recognition, trying to string it all together. And we've had quite a good success the beginning of the year, coming up with one discovery, which remains open, and we continue to drill away to establish the dimensions of it. And hopefully we add a few more before the year end. But the opportunity really is the market is probably just pricing in just one discovery at the stage. And over time, I think once we execute, they'll see the potential, the multi-million ounce potential of the whole corridor that falls under our tenement packages.
Now, I would be remiss if I didn't ask about the geopolitical situation in Mali and how that might affect the company. Can you provide a little insight as to how you're working with the local government?
Well, I mean, that's a very good question because, I mean, once Mali comes up, everybody's mind goes to the jihadist activities that's mostly concentrated in the northern part of the country, which is about plus 700 kilometers away from where we're located. And we are crested amongst some prolific producers like Barrick, IM Gold, B2 Gold, and Endeavor. And all these guys have been able to demonstrate a lot of operating success in that region with no lost time ever due to a jihadist activity. So there's not been any issues to worry about in that part of Mali for a long time, several decades. Yet still, we don't just operate blindly. We have put in place adequate security for our workforce just to make sure that they can get to the drill site safely and come home, and also evacuation measures if need be.
Absolutely. And what's your background? I mean, how'd you come into Roscan Gold?
Well, I mean, that's an interesting question. I'm a mining engineer by training, Ghanaian by birth, but Canadian, naturalized Canadian. And I trained as a mining engineer and worked in some of the mines in Ghana. and eventually came over to Toronto for my MBA program, specializing in finance. But there's something about the rocks that you can't just get away from them. So I found my way back into mining finance in the brokerage sector, and I was there for over 10 years. And basically, you come across a lot of good opportunities in the seat as an analyst. And Roscan was one of those that I helped raise money for an initial campaign. And I had so much faith in the ground. And at the time, the market was basically not very much in tune with potential. And I knew that there was something being missed here. And I couldn't pass that opportunity. So when the founder of the company gave me an offer to come on board and help unlock value, I agreed in a heartbeat, came on board, convinced a few other accomplished technical people to come on board. And the icing on the table was basically getting Sesam Jonah, who's a serial mining entrepreneur, very successful in the African mining circles, to come on board as chairman. And that sort of cushioned us into a very robust mining executive group. And I think we've staged ourselves to take this to the next level. The beauty of it is the team that we've put together. Upon success, we can take this to the full 9 yards, unlike a lot of juniors that would have to look for the requisite skill set to transform themselves into producers. We would be able to go there with no major challenges, and that can give us the opportunity to fully unlock value on this ground, take it to the full 9 yards. So that's one avenue we could go, but I already highlighted the fact that we are crested within the arms of a few seniors, and some of those and other seniors not in the camp have CAs with us. Our fundamental goal as management is to take the avenue that maximizes the upside for shareholders.
All right, now before I let you go, from what you can tell us real quick, what are maybe the 1 to 2 things that investors should look for moving forward from the company?
Well, I think investors pretty much have understood our initial discovery, and we continue to add to the dimensions and size of that. But I think the investors probably don't really get the structural corridor we find ourselves in, which clearly points to a multi-million ounce potential. And we're doing a lot of work, even during the rainy season, to clearly unlock that value that potentially will lead to more discoveries in that corridor. So I think Roscan is not only a Mankuki story. We like Mankuki, it's a great discovery, but I think there's lots of targets that could yield results, and they should stay tuned and pay attention to the news flow in the coming weeks.
Absolutely. Well, with that, where can our audience go and find everything they need to know about Roscan Gold?
Well, I mean, basically, we have a very well updated website that has a lot of our information on it. We also quite frequent in the social media sites where we got some of our trusted colleagues and very hardworking guys updating investors on what we're doing on the various platforms. But more importantly, as a management team, we are as accessible as possible to investors, existing potential investors, and we always happy to take a phone call and explain what we're doing and walk people through what keeps us excited every morning and what gets us to work and deliver results. And that's basically that drives us daily because of the excitement we see on the ground.
Very good. And that URL is roscan.ca, correct?
Exactly.
Perfect.
Exactly.
Perfect. Well, Nana, thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. Stay safe. Good luck. And I look forward to our next update.
Great. Thanks. It was a pleasure. and
was a
all the
pleasure.
best on the show.
Thank you. Again, my name is Robert Kraft. I'm your host on SNN.Network. We're a proud media sponsor for the upcoming Precious Metals Summit Beaver Creek, where it is being held virtually this year. Nana will be there, Roscan Gold. Thank you again for tuning in.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.